we haven't fought? Imagine that. They gotta lie. They gotta lie. They gotta lie all the time. They can't even believe their own lie. You can't even believe your own lie.
I want to be the best. So when I see certain guys out there, and I seen Teo his last fight, I was there front row, and I'm like, damn, this dude is like, he like a baby Roy. Like, he like doing things hands down, flashy.
Of it. You know, I think that he believes in himself. That's one thing. But I'm here to destroy his dreams and all that he wants to do and become. You can't take this from me. I worked very hard for it.
At the press conference, Teofimo Lopez delivered a brutal warning to Shakur Stevenson, making it clear that he plans to punish him inside the ring. He stated that even if the public views him as the underdog, he will show exactly what he is capable of. Lopez stressed that underestimating him comes at a serious price, and promised a dominant performance that would leave no doubt about his skill, power, and determination on
protection program. Money talk, walk. Money talk.
Fight night. That statement reflects the intense determination Lopez is showing ahead of his fight with Shakur Stevenson, confident and fully locked in. He declares that he will dominate inside the ring and prove his skill, power, and strategic intelligence. Lopez's mindset is clear and unwavering. He is completely committed to victory and determined to leave no questions about his ability to perform.
Yeah. I'm gonna beat him up.
And we know at one point you contemplated retirement. Seems like you're in a good place now. You're active. Where are you at right now? Where are you feeling about your career?
But mentally, I'm in the Bahamas somewhere, having a coquille.
Perform at the highest level of the sport. Teofimo Lopez makes it clear that he will not allow Shakur Stevenson to take the belt he worked endlessly to earn. He emphasizes the sacrifices behind his success, explaining that the title represents years of struggle, pain, and dedication. For Lopez, this fight is about protecting what he built through discipline and perseverance. He believes deeply in himself and is determined to defend his position in the ring. Lopez views this moment as personal, driven by pride and effort, insisting that no one can take away something earned through blood, commitment.
Of being in the ring,
yes.
Shakur Stevenson. Obviously, you guys are both in Las Vegas. I'm hearing that you did link up today. A face-off happened between the two of you?
Yeah, face-off happened. Things of that nature. Just to create the things that are in motion already. So we're really adamant about fighting each other next, and I can't wait for us to really lace it up. And I see him across the ring, and really when that bell rings, lights out for him.
What's it like seeing him now kind of face to face? When you look at him, what do you see? Because obviously you're not locked in just yet, and the closer it gets to a fight, obviously things turn a little bit. But when you do look at Shakur, what do you think of him?
I think I don't think too much of it. I think that he believes in himself. That's one thing. But I'm here to destroy his dreams and all that he wants to do and become. You can't take this from me. I worked very hard for it. I've bled for this, and I'm not taking nothing from him, but I just believe that what's gonna happen next is for destiny
and relentless hard work. Alia breaks down the Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez matchup, suggesting the fight is likely to go the full 12 rounds. While the first 6 rounds could shape the outcome, he notes that Shakur may not start aggressively, choosing instead to fight off the back foot while studying Lopez's approach. If Teofimo can convincingly win the early rounds, it could force Shakur to adjust his strategy in the second half, making the contest far more competitive. Lopez is described as a frontrunner who relies on early explosiveness, and now he questions whether he can sustain that intensity over 12 rounds. If Shakur senses he has lost early rounds, he will be forced to open up later, creating a tense and potentially close finish. Conversely, if Lopez drops the opening rounds, Shakur could cruise to a comfortable unanimous decision. This analysis highlights the strategic chess match between both fighters, where timing, energy...
I don't think that Shakur is going to come out and try to fight or take the fight to Teo in the first 6 rounds at all. So if he's fighting off the back foot, if Teo can make it so that he's convincingly, or he's convinced at least Shakur that he may have won 4 of the first 6 rounds, if it's 4-2 in Shakur's mind going into the second half of the fight, or if I'm looking at him stealing those first 6 rounds, then it's an interesting fight going into the tail end, because Teo, to me, is a front runner, right? I want to see if he can carry his energy and his explosiveness late in the fight and not wear down. And then when Shakur starts to open up, can you steal some of those championship rounds from him and make it like a close fight? I think if Teo comes out and does what he usually does, which is try to swarm Shakur early and keep Shakur on the defensive early, then he can try to steal a lot of those early rounds. And if he does that, then Shakur has to fight in the tail end of that fight. And that'll make it real interesting. If I'm looking at the first 3 rounds, first 4 rounds, and Tio looks like he's losing those rounds convincingly, then it's an easy night for Shakur, unanimous decision in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because I don't think Tio is going to bring anything late in the game, you know what I mean, to this fight. I think if he is who he's always been, you know, he's going to get gassed after like the 7th round and then take some rounds off. And when he does that, Shakur will open up and start to try to pick him apart, pot shot him, and do things like that. But this is the perfect fight, narrative-wise, for Shakur, because I've been waiting for Shakur to get into that fight where, you know, he doesn't have the fight where he doesn't have his Diego Corrales fight, you know what I mean, where you think he's actually in danger. Shakur has been he's been outclassing everybody he's in the ring with. You know what I mean? Then the guys that you think could give him some work, like De Los Santos, I know people hate when I bring that fight up, but I want to see him.
Management and round-by-round execution will determine the outcome. Shakur Stevenson explains that his motivation comes from a deep competitive spirit and a constant desire to face the toughest challenges in boxing. Watching Teofimo Lopez's past performances, Stevenson was struck by his confidence and flashy style, which reminded him of a young Roy Jones Jr., inspiring him to test himself against that level of skill. He sees this fight as a crucial opportunity to measure his abilities against an elite opponent, while adapting to new tactical demands. Reflecting on his earlier fight against William Zepeda, Stevenson acknowledges it was unconventional and demanding, but ultimately valuable for his growth, proving he could thrive under pressure. He learned that constant pressure fighters are designed to challenge him, yet he managed that style successfully. Now facing Lopez, Stevenson feels prepared to deal with the speed, power, and unpredictability of a high-level opponent. His focus, adaptability, and experience give him confidence that he can navigate the fight intelligently, turning it into a complete test of skill.
But bro, what is it about you that has you, looking at a fighter that you know is the truth and then saying, I want to fight him? It seems like it should be normal if you're a fighter, right? But that stuff is dying off in the game right now. And I feel like you one of the last of the dying breed that actually want real challenges.
Yeah, I'm competitive, bro. So it's like, I want to be the best. So when I see certain guys out there, and I seen Tio his last fight, I was there front row, and I'm like, damn, this dude is like, he like a baby Roy. Like, he like doing things with his hands down, flashy. And I thought it was cool. So it kind of made me want to get in the ring with him and see if he could do them things against my style.
Your last fight was against William Zepeda in July, and you fought a totally different way. It wasn't the easiest way or the best way to fight, but I think it was good for you and your development because it not only sent a message to the rest of the division, one up, your division at that time, and then the one above you, but it sent a message to the fans. But I think it also did something for you to prove to yourself that, man, listen, that wasn't like my best performance, but I showed you I can get it out the mud. What did that performance kind of do for you now that you look back at it?
Honestly, I think like styles wise, I think that Zepeda's style is the style that's supposed to give me the most trouble. Like, guys that box and give me time to think is the guys that's gonna have a fit with me all night. But the guys who press me and put me against some ropes and throw a million punches, that's the style that's supposed to give me trouble. So I went out there and I prevailed against that style, and now I'm fighting against a boxer, which for me, it just makes it more fun. I don't have to deal with a guy that's trying to like wear me.
Mental strength and readiness at the highest level. Chris Algieri weighs in on the importance of the Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez fight, emphasizing its significance for boxing as a whole. He supports matchups where elite fighters take risks by facing one another, regardless of potential setbacks, noting that great fighters can remain elite even after losses. Algieri believes this fight reflects that philosophy, presenting a high-level contest rather than a reckless brawl. The technical skill and strategic depth on display will keep fans engaged, highlighting quality over sheer punch volume. He adds that a victory for Shakur would solidify his place among the top 5 to 7-pound, 4-pound fighters, though many already believe he deserves that recognition. Algieri frames the bout as a throwback to classic matchups between the best in a division, emphasizing the drama, skill, and historical significance such fights carry.
Health of boxing on this side of the world. Listen, there's nothing like the Garden. We've both fought there many times. I fought in the big room. There's nothing like the Garden. Just the vibe, like you said, champ, that's around that. And this fight is deserving to be here. It's that good of a fight. It's that big of a fight, and especially like I said, like the health of American boxing. This is one of the best fights that can be made, and putting it in the Garden just makes too much sense.
But the idea of the turmoil, the eyes on it, the spectacle, the circus. Chris, you talked about the idea that Teofimo Lopez kind of lives in this. That's where he flourishes. That's what he loves. This idea that because there's so many eyeballs on it, it's going to be kind of a circus. Does that favor Teofimo a little bit when you look at the strategy? Yes, no?
I'm going to say well, I can't say for certain because there's no certain with Teofimo Lopez. He's one of the most up, down, left, right guys I've ever
Mercurial,
been around.
we could say.
I mean,
yes.
But when he is on, he's damn near unbeatable. I mean, he's such a good athlete. He has such a good boxing IQ. He's so physical and explosive. And again, I've said this on past shows. I've called him many times for Top Rank, been around fight weeks, and it just seems to me, the more out of sorts he seems, the more back against the wall it looks like, the more that he's an underdog, the better he performs. And this could be that kind of situation. New York is a tough place, man. They're already going back and forth saying, like, you know, he reps Brooklyn, but there's kind of questions about his Brooklyn roots. Can he really rep Brooklyn in the way that he says he can? So he's already getting that heat for that. I don't know. It might be a good thing to kind of poke the bear in terms of how well Teofimo is going to show up.
Paulie, that's a huge. You're from Brooklyn. That's a big insult to say that you're not really from Brooklyn.
Insult him a little bit.
Insult him a little bit. Insult him.
But I'll tell you what. There's so many thoughts in my head with this situation because Teofimo is at his most dangerous when he's counted out, and this is